Good morning students, here Seema Sharma, PGT Biology from Surya School. As you know, our very important chapter, that is why do we fall ill, is going on, right? In last lecture we discussed about health, difference between healthy and disease free person, diseases and causes, and acute, chronic diseases, infectious, non-infectious diseases, their agents. We already discussed it. In today's lecture we discuss about organ specific and tissue specific manifestation, then principle of treatment and principle of preventions. So students, let's start. Organ specific and tissue specific, that means, compared to any type of pathogenic microbes are very small in size. We cannot see with our naked eyes, right? And our body is quite large. Thus there is many possible reasons, tissues and organs where a pathogenic microbes can go and stay. That means the microbes can enter in our body from the various path, right? Different species of disease causing microbes have evolved to move and reach to various parts of our body. In parts, this selection is connected to their point of entry into a body, from where these microbes can enter and which organ, which part they can infected, right? Few cases are here. The very first cases is microbes which enter through the nose. When microbes enter from the nose, are likely to go directly to the lungs. They can enter into a lungs and stay there, right? Bacteria which causes tuberculosis of lungs. This is the disease, tuberculosis of the lungs. When microbes enter through the mouth, when microbes enter from the mouth, they stay in the gut, right? In alimentary canal. Like example is bacteria which causes typhoid. Here is in gut portion, bacteria stay and grow and causes typhoid. Typhoid is a disease. And if the bacteria stay in liver, so it's a creating jaundice disease. The very first, when microbes enter through the nose, it stay in the lungs, and disease is tuberculosis of lungs. When it enters through the mouth and stay in gut, so disease is typhoid. If it stay in liver, so it's a jaundice. Third one is virus which causes AIDS, enter body through the sexual contact, right? And it infect through the lymph to all parts of the body and weaken the immune system, damage the immune system. So that what happen, so many diseases can occur in a body because of immune systems are unable to fight against the diseases. Then similarly, virus which causes Japanese encephalitis, that means brain fever, enter the body through the mosquitoes bite. Okay, firstly mosquito bite the body, and this virus can enter and it will go reside and infect the brain and causes the brain fever. Now what in our next slide is a principle of treatment, right? There are two ways to treat an infectious disease. If someone is suffering from communicable diseases, so how can we treat it? There is two ways to treat a person. The very first is to reduce the effect of diseases. That means firstly it can be done by providing symptomatic treatment. We can provide treatment that will reduce the symptoms which are usually because of inflammation. Like you can see, this can be done by taking medicines. If you feel that you have a headache, if you feel loose motions, fever, right? So you take the medicines and take rest. So to conserve our energy. Okay, we can also have bed rest to conserve our energy, take the medicines. These steps will enable us to focus on healing. Okay, it reduces the symptoms, but to cure the disease we need to kill the microbes. To killing the microbes is a permanent, it's a method, right? Second is to kill the microbes. This can be done by taking suitable antibiotics or drugs. Drugs means medicines which kill the microbes. The disease is cured and we feel light and illness free. Okay, like the most common method, it is a very most common method to kill the disease causing microbes is to use medicines that kill microbes. Okay, we have to choose a specific drug that is effective against a particular group of microbes. If you remember, we have earlier studied that disease causing microbes are classified into different groups like virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoas. Each of these group of microbes have some essential biochemical life process which are peculiar to that group, not shared with the other group. Okay, so this biochemical process may be anabolic pathway. We can use antibiotics. For example, the bacterial anabolic pathway without affecting our own. This is what is achieved by antibiotics, like to kill the protozoas. Similarly, there is a drug that kill the protozoas like malarial parasitic. Got it? Now, principles of prevention. How can we prevent ourselves? While treating an infectious disease, following 3 limitations are normally used. Once a person is suffer from a disease, his body functions are impaired or may never recover. As treatment takes time, the patient is confined to bed for some time. The infected person serves as a potential source of spread to a unhealthy person to a healthy person. So, keeping in view these limitations, prevention is considered far better than that cure. If you heard one thing, then prevention is better than cure. Very first, prevent yourself. In corona days you are preventing yourself, not going outside, using masks, using your sanitizers. It's a prevention. So there are 2 ways of prevention of infectious disease. The very first way is general ways and second is specific way. In general way, first, sanitation. Firstly, just clean your surroundings. Okay, public hygiene is a one basic key to prevention of infectious diseases. Public hygiene is the most important. If your surrounding is clean, so most of diseases automatically killed, right? Like if I'm talking about proper sufficient food for everyone will make proper healthy and to resist the infections. If proper nutrition, proper food is available for everyone, sufficient food for everyone will make people healthy and happy. So providing food is also nutrient. Balanced diet is very necessary for everyone. Airborne disease that caused by the airs, prevented by living in conditions that are not crowded, like pollution free, not so much crowded. Okay, we can prevent exposure by providing living conditions that are not overcrowded. Similarly, safe drinking water. waterborne disease in which disease is caused by the water. Safe drinking water can be provided to prevent exposure to waterborne microbes. This can be done by treating water with chlorination, filtration, lots of techniques here. Vector-borne infections can be prevented by providing clean environment so that breeding place of vectors should be destroyed. Adult vectors killed by the suitable methods. These are the general ways of prevention. Specific ways, if I am talking about the specific ways of prevention, specific ways to prevent infectious disease is immunization. Okay. Specific ways of prevention of infectious disease related to a peculiar property of immune system that usually fight off microbial infection. Like in these days, corona days, what happened? We are saying again, just make your immune system strong so that you can fight against the diseases, right? So immune system play a very, very important role. Vaccination provide immunity from infectious diseases like tetanus, diphtheria, whooping cough, measles and polio. Vaccination is a technique in which preparation of antigenic protein of pathogens, weakened or dead pathogens, are injected into a person to develop immunity in him without infection. The pathogens given a vaccine are unable to cause a disease but are sufficient to generate the primary immune response. Okay, vaccination is injecting, in a very simple language, injecting of a dead pathogens, weakened pathogens in a body, right, in a person's body, so that it's responsible to develop the immunity in him without any infections. This is the vaccination. Our body has an immune system which fight microbial infection. This is the first seen in an infectious microbes. It kill the microbe and remember it. The very first our immune system kill the microbe and remember that kind of microbe. When the next time when microbe enter the body, right, it respond more quickly as compared to first time. Vaccine mimic the infectious microbes and strengthen our immune system. Vaccines responsible to make our immune system more strong, okay, and protect our body from the infectious disease. Okay, thank you so much students for your attention. If you have any kind of query, then discuss with me in our doubt session. Thank you so much.